What's up guys, this is Colin from Cutlassknives, and I just want to show you a couple of the knives that I've been working on lately. A little while ago I showed you that shop tour, and I've gotten really busy with work and buying a truck and all my vehicles and stuff, so I didn't really have a lot of time for knives then, but lately I've started working on a few, so I just thought I'd finally show you. Sorry about the shaky camera work, I'm using my iPhone because I don't really have another camera right now. But I guess we'll start down here with the little guy. This is just a little pocket knife that I made. It's just like a neck knife or what have you. That's going to be really hard to take out with one hand. This sheath has actually really good retention. There we go. So it's just a little guy with a Scandi grind. Still want to do a bit of polishing and gotta fix that edge up a bit. And I've been heat treating these myself with a blowtorch and some used motor oil. So it's not the best heat treat in the world, but I find it actually holds up pretty decently. And as you can see with all of these knives, I've just made leather sheaths. Just black leather with rivets. You can see that's kind of riveted on with some washers in the back. And just the rivets on the front and some rough leather. But they're functional, they work. So next knife I'll show you is this dagger that I actually made for my girlfriend. She's a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed video game. So I did my best to do that assassin seal with the Dremel, but it came out okay. I roughed up the sheath, kind of made it look old, and did a little bit of a paracord, just for something to tie to your belt or what have you. And this is a dagger with, again, I'm not good at grinding because all I have is my 1x30 belt sander, so I just did a simple, kind of a Scandi grind on it. But I think that actually turned out pretty cool. You can see the one little blemish there is in the blade, where I don't know what I was doing, but I accidentally cut it with something. I don't even remember, to be honest with you. And then I'm just using Chicago screws to hold on the scales. I stained with Danish oil. Scales are all done by hand. The knife is all polished. And so those are coming along nicely. Next up I'll show you my little camp knife that I made. Again, the same. Christ, that's dirty. Just leather sheath. It actually has decent retention. And this is the knife, so I can get some focus on here. This is kind of the first one that I actually finished. It's just a little camp knife, I guess. Slight swedge at the end. Surprisingly comfortable scales. Just again, Chicago screws, bought from Home Depot. And that one's not quite done the polishing stage either, but you know, it's coming along. And it's sharp. Sliced my thumb open good on it, so there you go, kind of a rounded pommel. You know, I'm still not great, so I don't want to call these custom knives. I think right now I'll just call them homemade knives. And my final, this is the big guy. So you can see the pommel right away is just a big spike, which I like the idea of having a nice glass breaker, skull crusher. Another big leather riveted sheath. And if I can get the sheath off with one hand, I'll show you, there's the swedge, kind of a big Bowie shape. And then there's the choil, which I used another spike there. There's a cross kind of in the handle scale there. A nice big blade, which I actually really like the look of, those kind of rough grind lines. I was going to polish it up with some, you know, just sit there and hand polish it and then Dremel polish it, but I like that rough grind lines on this guy. It's kind of a zombie killer, if you will. And if I can find it, on this side of the blade I just did the CK for Cutlassknives. So I can get that to focus. Just did that with a Dremel. That's going to be kind of our maker's mark for the channel. But, you know, I'm getting better all the time. Practice, practice, practice. I have a shit ton of steel, and I've gone through a lot of belts already just practicing, but, you know, all these guys are coming along nicely, so thanks for watching, guys.